A shed update, and I'm going to answer a question that I get occasionally, especially on emails and PMs. Do I have a list of all the models? And the answer is no, I do not. If all I did was collect models, I could probably put them on a list and actually have the time to do it, but there's a lot of models that get filtered through here and out, and it's just it's actually too much, because I also have the toy world too. So actually no, and a lot of the people are like, well, if you don't have a list, you don't know what you have. And to really be honest, I know what I don't have, which is easier to remember, but I have a pretty general idea of, you know, where things you know, should be, like. And I'll just go through it real quick. People who are just tuning in and people who are seasoned veterans. But anyway, this side here is basically the figures. As you can tell from, you know, Star Wars to Batman, Spawn, just figures in general. Down the bottom is more animals, dinosaurs, of that nature. I'm about to call this the Polar Light shelf and the Aurora shelf, but as you can see right there, you know, the just different figure kits, you know, even Airfix and everything else. Vinyl, resin, you know, plastic. Up here is the ship area, and that includes, you know, battleships, sailing ships, and all kinds of ships, from to military to you know, civilian. Down on the bottom, which you can't see, which is behind here, is actually the sub area. That's where I put all the sub ships and of that nature, or classification. Right through here is I call it real space, and I also put experimental, you know, rockets, you know, or missiles and stuff of that nature. Basically down on the bottom and all through here is, or excuse me, this part right here is the helicopter section. As you can see, all kinds, Hinds to Apaches, and then we'll get to the, you know, Airwolf, and just the General Mill helicopter section. All through right around here is basically 1/32 to 1/48 scale planes, which when it gets a little bit, it's getting cooler, and I'll be able to come out here and do a little more straightening up. But anyway, that's another story. All through right at the corner is basically everything 72nd scale plane wise. Top to all the way down to the bottom here is basically all armor, and when I classify armor as in four-wheel vehicles, modern, World War II, you know, World War I, and it's just the way I classified it here. Right through here is basically TV show vehicles. If you can see, you know, TJ Hooker, A-Team, Knight Rider, a lot of 32nd scale stuff, a lot of movie and TV show vehicles. Down on that section lower, you can see, I call them standard, like car kits, all different kinds of that way, tractor trailers, and it's just in that general area. All right through here is basically 35th scale military figures, which includes 16th scale, 120 millimeter, resin, plastic, white metal, you name it. All through here, this is kind of my catch-all one. It's where I keep my choo-choos. A lot of diorama stuff, a lot of odds and ends, you know, pyro, you know, guns and muskets and stuff of that nature. Down on the bottom is actually 1/20th scale stuff, 1/25th scale stuff, and that includes the SF3D, MAK, you know, and then Tamiya and all the other companies of that nature. Then we start into the science fiction section, which starts getting down to the bottom. As you can see up on top, we do have a lot of Star Trek, which is basically all your 1400 scale ships that you can buy. Won't go into the 350th. As you can see, more Star Trek, which we're getting into the 1/1000 and the smaller scale stuff, and then there's stuff behind it, which I have a general idea, you know, what's back there, but I may have to pull stuff off because, you know, just the way it is. Down here, we like to call it the general sci-fi section, which is just your, you know, if it ain't Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, it's everything else goes through here, which is included on the bottom. As you can see from the different different brands, different shows and everything of that nature. This is more of the Star Wars section, as you can see there. Still the sci-fi just keeps growing. Then we get over into the Battlestar section, which basically almost has a shelf by itself. Then we get over here to the Space Cruiser Yamato, or we like to call it Star Blazers here in the States. And then we get down in here to the, I call it the anime Gundam, Robotech, or Macross, depending on what you want to call it. And it's just, and it's, you know, 2 layers deep. And then vintage, you know, still more Gundams and Robotech, which is the Revell version, which is Macross and all that. And then, of course, you know, stuff that's, you know, studio scale and everything. But anyway, I wanted to try to answer a question that, no, I don't have a list, and it's basically, I want to say, it's insured at a lot. It's not insured itemized, because that would take forever, and just a lot of stuff goes in and out of here, and it's hard to, you know, it'd really be hard to keep track of it, because you'd have, what's a good example? Well, let's say the Ghost here. I mean, I could have, you know, Ghost in a blue box, Ghost in a green box, Ghost in a short box, Ghost in a long box, Ghost with you know, different artwork, Ghost with the little Monarch logo, Ghost with the big Monarch. You know, it'd be, you know, this kit, you know, 15 times. But anyway, no on the list. But anyway, I try to keep it all in memory, which that's not going to happen. But anyway, thought I'd show everyone just a quick rundown of how I keep it somewhat, I won't say organized, but I'll say a general location. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.